Good morning and welcome everyone. And well, today we already have day 25 of January of 2024. And as it is done in each of the new year, magazines are full of horoscopes promising us things we long to have or to achieve. And while such promises might come true for some, for many, this will not be the case. And while we are reading horoscopes, it can mean some fun and also some amusement, but they can, of course, never be true for everyone, since the zodiac signs are linked to many other things like nodes, north and south nodes, planets, and how they are positioned at a time of birth. And so today we will venture a bit into these things, starting with the nodes. What are nodes and how do nodes affect the zodiac signs? But before we come to that, today, my mantra is heaven through earth and spirit through body. Now a bit about the heavenly bodies, and I'm using the little guidebook that is displayed here on the table, Heavenly Bodies Astrology, to get deeper into the subject, since I'm not an astrologer and I myself do not know enough either, but we can learn together today. So let us start with nodes. They are divided into the north node and the south node, and both nodes tell us a story of fate and of destiny. The north node is referring to this life, and the south node is referring to the past life. There is also your rising sign, which makes up your zodiac sign, coupled with the lunar nodes, the nodes of destiny and of fate. The nodes of destiny, how can I know them, you might ask? Well, the nodes of destiny are the 2 points in the sky where the moon and the sun cross their paths. In astrology, the nodes denote the spiritual path, helping us to move toward and to let go of that which is preventing us to do so. Nodes also help insofar as they assist us to make out the energy that we are currently working with. There is to notice that nodes are always in two opposite signs. For example, if the north node is in Leo, then the south node is in Aquarius. In the Indian Vedic astrology, the north node is called Ratu, meaning dragon's head, and the south node is called Ketu, meaning dragon's tail. To make a long mythology or mythological story short, in the Vedic astrological account, there was a demon who was out to seek immortality. And so this demon used tricks and triggered the gods into getting this immortality. That, of course, angered the gods, because a demon was not entitled to receive such powers, namely to become immortal. But the deal was done, so what was left to make that best out of a deal that came about by triggering the gods was to the gods deciding for a punishment in which the immortality was now linked to both parts of life, namely the past, called Ketu, and the future, called Rahu. So there is no escape either from personal deeds nor from anything that resulted in the actions thereof. The North Node is basically dictating what we are moving toward and moving into. That may at times be a scary thing to us, since we move into something that we have never been experienced before. Think of this as the first day of college, for instance. You are at an unfamiliar place and you start a completely new adventure. You can apply other examples where your life gave you a fresh start of something unknown to you. But a fresh start is also a big chance where you can reinvent yourself and become the person you always wanted to be. The same theory applies to the North Node energy of destiny. Now you can use this energy to create and transform your world. But always remember that it is up to you how to use such energies. And that is why it is important for you to manifest powers that bring the good and know the best ways to achieve wholeness. While the North Node tells us a story of traveling toward and into something, the South Node of destiny is depicting the place, energy, emotions, and relationships that we have been a part of in our past lives. So this is a karmic energy that we are trying to move out of, so to relieve it and to leave it behind in this lifetime. It gives us a sense of déjà vu, as we have been there before and done that. And now, in this lifetime, we are trying to move out of old ways of thinking or feeling. This is, of course, everything but easy, because naturally we hold on to old habits and easily slip back into them when life is getting challenging. So slipping or falling back into old habits is super simple and super easy if we are not consciously aware of what we are doing. Currently in astrology, the North Node of destiny is in Aries, the sign of Aries, and the South Node is in the sign of Libra. This began on July the 17th of 2023 and will continue for 18 months until January the 28th of 2025. If you are interested, you can find your destiny by looking at your birth chart and then make a circle around your true north or North Node. Your and everyone else's South Node will always be in the opposite sign of your zodiac sign. So this weekend I will get deeper into the relationship of the North and South nodes relating to each zodiac signs. But for today we stop here, and now we talk a bit about conjunction, opposition, trine, square, and sextile, because each of them, they have an effect on our zodiac signs. A conjunction takes place when two planets sit 0 degrees away from one another and now they conjunct. And this means symbolically they merge together and their energies are experienced as one. For easier understanding, imagine two colors, let's say blue and red, side by side, and now seeping into one another. What you see now is the color purple. And while the blue and red colors still exist, they have indistinguishably changed form and moved into a new combined form, namely the color purple. The same is true of planets in conjunction. When planets do conjunct, they are supportive partners, complementary in their combined expression. They now are teammates, not rivals. This is generally viewed as a positive sign, a little superpower in astrology. However, if the conjunct planets are very different from one another, then it will require a mindful integration and also lots of work. Opposition is when two planets sit 180 degrees away from one another, and now this is called opposition. Symbolically, this means that they are in conflict as their respective energies face off and compete with one another. In order for peace and harmony to occur, planets must find a way of expression, and so here is the opposition that stands in the way, is an imbalance where one energy eclipses the other. Eclipses, according to astrology, means rapid developments, and so encourages us to move in the best direction, both personally and collectively as a society. An abandoned opposition can easily become a thorn, so inhibiting harmony from flowing through your life. These planets are engaged in a power struggle, and so they create feelings of confusion or conflict in their energy realms. It is easy for us to over-identify with one side of the opposition and dismiss the other, and then seek the abandoned side in other people, but in essence, this abandoned side is a missing part of ourself. While an opposition indicates an area of difficulty, it should not be seen merely as uncomfortable or seen as a strain. Oftentimes, very successful people have a chart loaded with oppositions, and such people can use reconciliation as their driving force. The trine relates to triangles, which are the strongest shape in the natural world, and any added force is evenly distributed between all three sides. And this physical truth echoes in their energetic verse, which is why triangles were so popular in the ancient iconography. The trine occurs when two planets sit 120 degrees away from one another, supporting each other in expression and flow. So this lovely and uncomplicated aspect indicates an area of ease and harmony in your life. It can reveal where you find simple joys, innate talents, and gifts. Planets in trine are not intertwined and so do not compete for any expression. Like the best of friends, they see each other's strengths and limitations and work to lift each other up. What is more, this aspect often comes as a supportive antidote for other challenges that you face. And while trines can absolutely appear without an equal challenge, they often appear in areas where you need some extra support, like a guardian angel, for instance. The square occurs when two planets sit 90 degrees away from one another. This is the most challenging dynamic to work through because it implies both an internal and external struggle. These are not only energetic blocks, but they are obstacles experienced in this world. So, when the square is here, then it is vital to identify and support the squares in a chart, because if they are abandoned, they become a dooming, a self-fulfilling prophecy. Internally, squares, they create feelings of confusion, conflict, or even paralysis in their energetic realm. And these blocks are magnified by outside events which seemingly conspire to reinforce the challenge. Understandably, you might feel destined to fail in the face of a square, but you must persevere with courage. The journey to this sludge becomes your greatest teacher and leads to even greater rewards for you. And while squares require a lifelong nurturing in working with their energy, you will discover your biggest opportunities for growth, achievement, and alchemy. Alchemy is the very old study and philosophy of how to change basic substances, such as metals, for instance, into another substance or other substances. And such studies were related to magic and to astrology. And people who studied alchemy, they were or are called alchemists. Now we come to the sextile. It is occurring when two planets sit 60 degrees away from one another. Then we speak of them being in a sextile, and symbolically the sextile is seen as the gatekeepers to a beautiful healing. With diligent effort, this combination of tension and flow leads to great rewards. There is a potent energetic flow between the planets involved, but like a garden, a relationship needs tending and caring, and with guidance and nurturing, a sextile can and will blossom, and so rewarding us with its gifts. It is important to identify this aspect, because when we ignore a sextile, it is not only a missed opportunity, but it is easily misinterpreted as a block. In early life, a sextile may seem troublesome before it is identified and can be developed. Sextiles, they need nurturing in order to offer us harmonious support in our growth and in our achievements. So this weekend I will focus on the nodes, the north and the south nodes with regards to each zodiac. There comes some more here. And for today, this was it about the impacts of the different energies that relate to each of the 12 zodiacs. I thought it was interesting. I hope you liked it. I wish you a great day. Take care and goodbye.